Welcome to episode number 12 of the Making Moves podcast, where we talk relocating and real estate in the Dominican Republic. I'm your host, Josie Sells DR. If you're looking to move to the Dominican Republic, this podcast is for you. If you're looking to make moves in real estate in the Dominican Republic, this podcast is for you. I am really excited for today's episode. We're filming today in the south side of the island in one of the most luxurious communities in the DR, Punta Cana. And today I am joined by not one, but two boss-ass businesswomen in real estate who have both, built their businesses from the ground up and are now making moves here in the DR market. So I'm all about women supporting women. I'm all about, just believing that when we support each other and come together instead of being jealous or competing with each other, that's when we're the strongest.
Absolutely.
So that being said, let me introduce you to these two gals over here. Ysleda,
yes.
Introduce yourself, girl. What are you doing in the DR? Tell us your story.
It's a long story, but I'll keep it short. So I'm a native Dominican. I was born in the Dominican Republic in the capital. So my parents are country folks, which I enjoy the most. But in the Dominican Republic, I'm from Santo Domingo, and then we all left to Miami, Florida. But I ended up back here again to my roots because I've developed my real estate business in Florida, and now I decided to, my clients have brought me here as well. And I also decided to branch out and kind of get in touch with my Dominican real estate side, along with my boss. I was like a curse.
I'm not a
All my girls here, Kalina is someone I admire, very successful and hands-on. So I'm really excited to be here and talk about this wonderful opportunity of owning real estate in one of the best islands, the most stable market in South America, in Latin America, period.
See. Amen.
Awesome.
How did you two meet, by the way?
So we were connected through a business deal.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
cool.
it's still going on,
You tell the story.
actually.
Still
We
going
were
on.
we were introduced by somebody that's also in real estate here in the Dominican Republic, and they passed her contact to me because she had a very high-end client that was looking to do some deals here in the Dominican Republic, and you know how we do things here. I said, get on a plane, come here, and stay for the weekend. And she got on a plane. She came here and stayed for 2 weeks.
I love it. It's
So,
amazing.
and that's, ever since then, we've been collaborating on deals in Florida and here in the Dominican Republic as well.
Amazing. I love that. Networking, connecting is
It's
just so
all
powerful.
about finding the right people. I
That's
say
the
that.
business.
That's
It's
the business.
That's
Finding
the
the right
business.
people.
And like with social, we found each other over social media. It's
Absolutely.
so crazy. It's amazing. It's so
Yeah.
powerful. Okay, Kalina, tell us your story.
Oh my God, my story. So I am your fellow Canadian as well,
Yeah.
originally from Toronto, and I came here to the Dominican Republic almost 3.5 years ago. It was completely by fluke, and I always say, I didn't find the Dominican Republic found me.
Yeah, me too.
I was introduced to Dominican real estate through one of the biggest builders here called Naval Properties. I was taken to their office by somebody that lived here, local, and they showed me the opportunities of real estate, which, by the way, was my first time in the Dominican Republic, which
Okay.
was in 2018, and it's just something I took it and I ran with it. So I took it back to Toronto, spoke to some of my financial advisors. They said, this looks like a fantastic investment opportunity. My background is in finance and investments. I came back to Toronto on a Thursday. I flew back down to Punta Cana on a Monday, like 4 days later. And for about a year, I was flying back and forth with clients who just wanted to buy a property in the Dominican Republic. It wasn't, I never planned on, if you told me that I was going to be living in the Dominican Republic 5 years ago, I would have said that you were crazy because
Yeah.
I had a business in Toronto. But in a nutshell, long story short, everything kind of worked out. I came here independently. I met my business partner, Jeffrey Abreu, and together we formed Selling Sunset, and now we have Selling Sunset Global. I have to specify. Trademarks. And we have about 27 international agents in Canada, the United States, and Puerto Rico, and in Europe as well. So we just wanted to build a business, like we talked, built on integrity, where we can have international agents, where we can, do something that we love, look at these beautiful properties in paradise. And you know what? This. We don't just sell real estate. we're here to help people build a lifestyle that they don't need to escape from.
You have to sell the lifestyle before you can sell the house.
Yeah, it's just building a lifestyle, exactly like we said, that you don't want to escape from.
Yep, I love that.
So that's my story. And then, throughout this whole journey here, I've met some incredible people, Ysleda being one of them, that all of our, even Jeffrey can attest to this, all of our brokers that work closely with us, we're like family.
I love it.
So anybody that comes to our team, they have to be prepared to be part of the family or else.
Added cousins.
Yes.
El primo.
El primo. So and we love what we do, and I think that's very important. And like you said, being able to support women, supporting women, and being able to collaborate. And that's the biggest thing, finding good people, working with good people. And we all know that in this career, in this industry, you do not get a participation ribbon, or you don't get paid for showing up. It's the results. So to find that niche and to find those types of people that are results oriented, that go out there and do it, and then they want to collaborate, they want to grow the business, they see the vision, not just let's make a sale today, let's make a $10,000 commission. It's not what it's about. So I think once you start finding those people, that's when the business starts to grow.
I love it. Awesome. Okay, so let's talk about this house. Guys, this background is real. This is not fake. Okay,
This is not photoshopped.
This is real. This house is the reason we're all here, that we connected. We had the open house last night. It was amazing, but it was dark when I got here. So coming here today and seeing this house, like pulling up, it's like the contrast, like the white and the blue and the green, everything. It's stunning. So
It really is.
You're the pro. Tell us about this house.
So this house is, as Josie mentioned, in Cap Cana, one of the most luxurious communities, not the most luxurious community here in Punta Cana. And we're here in Fundadores de Golf, in front of the golf course with partial ocean view. And this house I want to say it was finished in 2022, but realistically, it was actually finished about 3 weeks ago.
Right.
We're still doing some work on it. It's a little bit short. The construction itself is a little bit short of 27,000 square feet, and the lot extends to about 77,000 square feet, and is the only one that has a helipad. We have a semi-Olympic size infinity swimming pool, 6 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms. We have Italian marble floors surrounding the entire house, Coralina bathrooms, and the stone that you see here, this beautiful stone, is called Piedra Caliza, which is found in the Dominican Republic, along with 2 kitchens, very Dominican style. So we have one kitchen in the front and then the second kitchen in the back for cooking. We also have a service guest house with another 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. And we have a full-time staff that works and lives here as well. And the home is ready for its new owner.
It's ready.
Never been lived in. It is literally, you can smell the fresh
You
paint.
can.
Literally.
And when you walk through the entrance, I could just smell, like you could smell the plants.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what they planted out there, but it's like, it smells
grand.
so
It does.
good.
The blue
The
door,
entrance.
it's the 39-foot ceiling.
So it's really the view. The owners they purchased this lot especially for the view, and they also had the elevation of the house raised, so you can actually have this spectacular view. There's no other house that has this view.
Amazing.
Like this one. So
And for somebody who's never been to Cap Cana, what can they find inside?
what can't they find
Yes.
inside? So Cap Cana has so many amenities, starting from, you have the Eden Rock, 2 minutes away from here. You have Juanillo Beach, one of the most beautiful beaches in Punta Cana, the beach club there. You have the marina with all the shops and restaurants. You have an equestrian center. You have, they're building actually right now one of the biggest water parks in the entire Dominican Republic, El Dorado. There's trails for hiking, there's trails for running, there's just so much. We can go on all day about just the amenities alone for what owners of Cap Cana have.
So it's more like a city.
Literally,
yeah. Like you don't
It's
need to
more-
leave.
You don't need to leave, no. You have everything within Cap Cana. It's 5 minutes. Once you exit the grounds of Cap Cana, it's 5 minutes from the international airport.
Right.
And then you have Blue Mall right next door, and you have Nacional, which is one of the biggest grocery stores. And they also have their own gas station right here
Okay.
in Cap Cana. So you really don't need to leave if you don't want to.
Amazing.
And why would you want to?
No, I don't want to leave.
I don't want to leave either. Let's
Staying
stay.
here. We're gonna stay.
I'll let the owners know.
Let the owners know. We'll take it. Okay, so I thought it would be fun to kind of talk about different areas of the island, because like you're the Santo Domingo girl, you're the Punta Cana girl, I'm the North Coast girl. So in your opinion, what makes Santo Domingo special, like compared to other areas of the DR?
I'm not gonna just limit to Santo Domingo because my family's from the country.
Right.
I love horses. I love the country life. I like to go pick the peas from the trees.
Aw.
And you know, my grandmother, that was our upbringing. We made chocolate. We made the cacao.
Yes.
So I live the country life. So every summer I look forward to going there. So Cibao is for me as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, being from the city, from Santo Domingo, everything is there. Santo Domingo has like your malls. You have, you know, like when baseball is here, baseball is life in Dominican Republic. It's like food.
Isn't it like,
So-
it's a crazy number, like 60% of MLB players are from the DR or something like that?
that
Like
is
a
true.
really high
because
amount.
it's like food.
Yes.
You eat your lunch and then you're outside playing baseball.
Right.
I literally, and I talk about this, I cut my doll's head off and that was my baseball and we play baseball. every
With your
day.
doll's head?
I cut my doll's head off and we didn't have
Oh
a,
my
you know,
God.
we come from a really humble upbringing and a
I
lot of
love
stuff. My brother was
that.
playing with the actual baseball. And I didn't want to be left out, so I got my girlfriends and I was like, we're gonna play ball. And my doll head came off, and I still remember those days. It's just,
You play baseball with it?
I'm dead.
I
I'm
played
literally dying.
I knew it.
I did. And you know, after that, it was like, I'm 100%, 110. So when the play is here, you hear the radio, it's the commotion, it's like everything surrounds baseball. And of course, golfing. Because most of my clients, you know, that have brought me, I'm learning from people too, because I lived in Miami from when I was 9 going on 10. And so was working at Bank of America in Merrill Lynch, and it's like, clients were coming in, oh, you're Dominican? And I would get this, you know, the whole spiel, oh my God, I golf here, I golf there. And I'm learning about my country from outsiders. So I was like, you know what? I need to change that narrative. Eventually I will, but I was tied to an office job, you know? And I was like, one day I'm going to get out of this office and I'm gonna go visit again. Because we would come and just visit family members. Is it Dominican life? Oh, they're coming from America. You gotta visit everyone. So I didn't get to do the tourist thing. I actually went to, the first time I was in a resort was in Punta Cana, and we went with all our family, which was recently.
Okay. That's
But I
fun.
still remember my days in Santo Domingo. That Domingo has so much history. There is La Zona Colonial, which I've learned that, you know, it was built in the 1500s, and the first house in the Hispaniola Island is there, the cathedral. And so I'm still, as I come here, I learn more and more about, I fall in love every time. But the main thing about Dominicans, we're the Taino Indians by you know, that's the people that settled here before Christopher Columbus came and discovered, and you know, the slave ships, and we're mixed people. So you might see a Chinese Dominican, you can see like the Taino Indian, which is really the most native people. This is the complexion that is standard here. So mostly everybody has my color.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
It is.
And then, but yeah, the people are really native people. My mom would cook for like the neighbors next door and everybody else, and I would have to, you know, before playing baseball, I have to go take food to different neighbors,
I
you
love
know,
that.
and then we just care for each other. So that's why when you see, we're in America, it's like, are you Dominican? You automatically are related because the bond that exists in the people and the nature.
Culture. Yeah.
But that's what, you know, when you come here, it's so beautiful. Like, I get chills because talking to another Dominican person, they embrace you, you know, and they take you in. Good morning. And I was able to do the public transportation just recently. This trip, there's a new metro, so much things that are being built. And I was like, wow, I don't remember Dominican Republic looking like this, especially in Santo Domingo. So many new projects that are happening. El teleférico.
You've
The
seen it grow,
teleférico,
yeah.
Yes, I'm not afraid of heights. I'm a daredevil. I'll try, except bungee jump, because, yeah, I'm still working with that one. But the zip lining is amazing. You're going through the forest, you know, and just so much to do here. We had, I believe the numbers were 1 million tourists last year alone come here. by land and sea. So I was like, wow, there's so much more opportunities here. My business in America, you know,
It was 9 million.
It was 9.
It was, yeah.
it was
I was like,
9
maybe
million.
Santo Domingo was a
Maybe Santo
million, but the
Domingo
whole
was 9
island,
million,
it
yeah.
was like
Okay,
record-breaking
thank you for the
numbers
correction.
in
No,
2022.
It's crazy. So, you know, just Santo Domingo alone is just, it's so much to talk about. I can go here on and on and on, but as, you
It's
know,
the
I'm
hub.
learning,
It's like the heart
it's
of the
hub.
DR.
Everybody's there, you know, and, you know, the culture alone is just so beautiful.
I agree.
Yes.
All right, Team Punta Cana, what do you have to say?
What do I love the most about Punta Cana?
Yeah.
So, coming from Toronto, well, obviously the number one thing would be the weather, because I always said that if there's no palm tree, I'm not living there.
Yep.
So I made that decision 4 years ago, and I've never looked back. You know, it's strange because I too love going to Santo Domingo and I love going to the North Coast, but Punta Cana it's obviously more of a tourist place. However, here in Cap Cana, there's actually a lot more people that are coming and that are moving to the island and they're becoming like us.
Yeah.
They're just decided to stay and never go back.
Yes.
So, you know, I think they're building the 3rd bilingual school here in Punta Cana.
Amazing.
And there's a lot of people here that, not to say like everyone says, you know, it's island, it's too small, but I feel like every day it's a new day. And I don't know how else to say that other than just like that. It's a new day. You can wake up in the morning and, you know, I love going outside and having a coffee at a different place. And I have the ability to do that. I can go sit and have a coffee on the beach and have a conversation with someone. You see so many different people because everybody comes here. You know, I always say I live where everybody else vacations. So you get to experience a lot of different people, a lot of different cultures, a lot of different nationalities and things that you would never be exposed to somewhere else.
Yeah, no 2 days are ever the same.
No, and especially, and also people are always in a good mood because they're here. They're here. on
How can you be in a
vacation.
bad mood? Like,
Have
how
you
could you?
seen what it was like in, you know, back in Canada in the morning when you're taking the GO train to work? People want to kill each other.
Yeah, literally.
Because it's 6 a.m. It's, you know, 2 feet of snow outside, freezing rain. No, thank you. So here it's a very different vibe, and everybody is just, you can't really be in a bad mood for a long time here. You know, like you can just look.
If you are, you like see the ocean and you're like, my problems are so
Exactly,
small.
exactly. Like how bad could your problems be when you have this? And you know, every single day I'm very, very, very grateful and thankful that I made the decision that took, you know, it took a little bit to get used to it. It took a little bit of blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah.
But I mean, I wouldn't trade this for anything.
Me neither.
So.
Good answer. For me, I love the North Coast because it's obviously, it's different than Punta Cana. It's different than Santo Domingo. We don't have the amenities and the shopping and, you know, the luxury, but we have just like, there's a lot of humbleness there. There's a lot of just strong community there. Like it's a small town, beach town vibe. Everyone has each other's backs. And it's more of like, I'd say you go there if you really want to like be with nature, you want to like adventure, you want to like do the hiking, do the waterfalls, do the surfing, do the kite surfing. It's like the adventure capital of the Caribbean, which is super cool. But ultimately for me, like the reason I chose to move there and stay there is the community of people, because everyone just, you know, everyone has each other's backs, and like the locals and the foreigners just like blend together really, really well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's special, but then it's great because, you know, you want a dose of city life? Cool. Santo Domingo is 4 hours away. You want to come to Punta Cana and stay in an all-inclusive and like see the beautiful homes. We have that. So it's really cool that this island has that diversity and you can literally drive like 3-4 hours or 5 hours and get that different
And
taste.
I still haven't even seen everything. Like I've
Yes,
driven, I've
you
been all
can't.
around the island, but
so much.
there's
Yes.
so much. Like I mean, Barahona,
There's so
the
much.
beauty up there. I still haven't been able to up there to see it.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time in Ysleda as well. It's beautiful, but there's just so many other. Every time I think I know all the places, I hear of something else. Like, oh, have you been here?
Yes.
Or have you seen this? Or have you
So
seen the
many like
beauty?
untouched beaches. And,
So many, yeah. There's
Yeah.
just so much beauty on the island, and so like you said, you can just get in your car, and if you're tired of Punta Cana, go
Yeah.
to Santo Domingo, and then
Yes.
if you're tired of that, you can go to the
Yes.
North Coast to Puerto Plata, or Las Terrenas, or you're feeling very adventurous, you can drive up to Barahona.
Yeah.
So
Which I
there's a
did.
lot.
Did you?
So it's a story with this. A lot of things have happened in this road because you know you like right off the coast. So the trick is you can't drive at night.
Yeah.
You have to kind of like you have to know the road to get to Barahona. So my father was like, who you going with, first of all, and where you're resting, because it's a long drive.
Yeah.
And what drove me to go there was that there's a place, La Isla de los Patos,
Okay.
which I never got all the way to the end. It looks like the Maldives. So when I saw the pictures, I was like, oh my God, I need to go there. I was like, that is not in my country.
I know, it's beautiful.
I was like, that's the Dominican Republic. I was like, yes, I'm going.
Okay, you have
Take
to
me.
send me that, please.
So during the play, yeah, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna send you all the places to my cousins, because they're sending me stuff constantly that you gotta check this place
Okay.
out, this place out.
Good.
So before the pandemic, I did like this tour, and we flew into Santo Domingo. Then I had to go to Puerto Plata, where my mother's family is. Then go back to Santo Domingo. Went to Barahona, all the way west. It's just a beautiful. We had to stop like twice, take pictures and capture the view.
The beauty, yeah.
Yes, and then came back to Santo Domingo and then drove to Punta Cana. So I was like north, west, east.
You did it. You did the island.
In less than a week, because everybody here is really chill. Oh, when you want to go to Puerto Plata? Okay, we'll go on Wednesday.
There's
And
always
it's
somebody
Sunday.
to go to, or if you don't drive, there's always somebody to drive you, or someone's
Yeah,
uncle, or
everyone- yeah.
somebody will take you.
Yeah.
If you don't want to
Connections.
drive, don't worry about it. Somebody
Dominican
will take
connects.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get a driver. Everything. Listen, you could like ball on a budget here. Just that's another thing.
Yeah, your dollar goes further.
You would not like. I went to the salon 3 times in this trip, less than a week and a half, and I did the chop, the color, the conditioning.
Yeah.
So having the Dominican name, Dominican salon, is like an additional esthetician license. Just because they nurture your hair, like everything. So I did like the whole glam thing, and it was like you don't even want to know how
Yeah,
much I paid. It was
nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
In America, $1,000.
No, that's not the case in Punta Cana. In Santo Domingo, yes. If you want to get
You gotta know where to go.
beauty,
So I had that experience.
beauty on a budget is Santo Domingo. Punta Cana,
No.
not
Yes.
really.
So I can do that in Santo Domingo. I know, like I'm learning where to go for everything.
Yeah.
So, which
Yeah.
is great.
North Coast is we still need some stuff. So somebody, please. Move to the sewer cabaret.
That's
We
the
need
next
that.
podcast.
Yeah, a next
episode.
podcast. Okay, how have you seen the real estate market, I want to say boom, since COVID?
So
in the DR?
it's so funny because when I decided to make the move down here was right during COVID, and everybody was just like, you're crazy, because who is going to want to buy property during a pandemic? Well, Jeff and I, we just started the company in 2021, and the end of 2020, beginning of 2021. And we literally had a record-breaking year, our first year.
Amazing.
So what was happening was we found a lot of people that, like it was breaking, like it was trying times for everybody in the world. And everybody was looking for some sort of escape, in a sense, especially from Canada and the United States. So we were getting, literally people were calling every day saying, we want to buy something so that if this happens again, I want to be able to go somewhere. I want to be able to be on the beach. If I'm going to have to quarantine, or if I'm going to have to do any of this, I want to do that with a palm tree and an ocean.
Oh, and everyone was working online, right? Everyone got
And everybody was
shifted
working
onto-
online. Everybody was, home offices and so forth and so forth. So we had a great year. There's so much development here in Punta Cana. In the last, I'm going to say about 7 years, that people that have not been, like people that came like 8 years ago and then they came last year, they were like, I cannot believe that there's so much development going on. The infrastructure alone, the hotel, they just keep adding more and more hotel. Every time I turn around,
Because
a
it's
new
in
hotel,
demand.
It's in demand, and people are
Yes.
saying, well, they're overbuilding. No, they're not.
No,
It's
they're
in
not.
demand. Because if you see, like, especially for the holidays, the high season, try finding an Airbnb.
Yeah.
Like, try it, and you'll
Well,
see.
even we were just saying at the Hard Rock just yesterday,
Yeah.
they had 3,000 people check in. Just yesterday.
Yeah.
Like
The
on top of
PGA
all the
PGA
other
club,
people that
yeah.
were there.
PGA is
The
here.
PGA is here,
PGA,
yeah.
I gotta brag about
The golf.
So
golfers.
I think one of the biggest misconceptions that people have about Punta Cana, and I still get these calls, well, I want a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom place on the beach, and my budget is $150. What can I get for $150 on the beach in Punta Cana? And I tell them very nicely, you can get a boat, a very, very nice boat, because Punta Cana is not what it was 10 years ago. The prices have gone up. Yes, you can get an apartment for $150, but it's not going to be on the beach. It's
Right.
going to be in a different area. So I think just being able to have that those conversations with people, sometimes people just don't, they think just because it's a third world country, but we are the #1 country for investment in Latin America. So
And the fastest developing
and
country.
the fastest development. So, and the Bank of America is here. So the prices are significantly, they have been significantly rising. So I think that's a little bit of a challenge for people that are investing for the first time, that have heard, Dominican Republic is so cheap, and it's, I can get a place on the beach for $100,000. That is not in Punta Cana.
Not anymore.
Not
Not in the
anymore.
North Coast either.
Not even the North Coast. No, absolutely not.
No, not on the beach.
So,
Okay. If you were to give one piece of advice to somebody who wants to invest in the Dominican Republic, who has never invested here before, what would you say to them? Both of you. You can both answer.
oh, okay.
Whoever wants to answer.
So one advice I would say to them would be just, being realistic with that budget, like we just talked about. They're thinking, oh, it's an island. I can buy something with $150,000. We get a lot. There are properties still available, because you can get, lots that are off the water or inland, and you still can build something really nice. But I would say just be realistic with your budget and what you want, and explore your options. Speak with an expert that knows, what the market is like here. Another thing is just being really careful with who you do business with. So make sure you're thorough in researching the companies that you're working with.
Absolutely.
Make sure that you have your title attorneys in place before you start sending escrow deposits all over the place. Make sure you lock in your attorneys, and make sure you do business properly, and that it's people that you trust and that you can confide and you can actually rely on them.
Yeah.
Because it is an island life, and for example, we don't take on clients that we're not able to service. And if we're in a season where we're overwhelmed, we're going to tell you, you know what, we're not able to assist you right now.
but we'll refer.
We'll refer to other
refer.
colleagues, and that's also a great referral business.
Absolutely.
Kalina and I work on that big
All the time.
It's huge.
And if it happens, it can happen. If it doesn't, just, so for me it would be that, be realistic, do your research, and learn who it is you're going to be working with.
Don't buy
before you
houses
invest.
off Facebook Marketplace,
Absolutely.
please.
Don't go
Absolutely.
online.
No, oh my God.
It's a
This
thing.
is not
trust me.
Amazon. No.
No, I had a client literally a few weeks ago message me and be like, well, I'm looking at these other places on Facebook Marketplace, and like I feel like this isn't the right price, and I'm like, anyways. Kalina.
I think so the first and foremost thing, because I come from a financial background, we don't even take on a client before doing investment profiler. And when I say investment profile, is we go through the client's entire financial situation at the time. So we need to understand, okay, so you're buying is it a vacation property? Is it going to be a rental property? Is it going to be both? Are you looking to come to the Dominican Republic 6 months out of the year? Are you looking for second residency or citizenship? What is the purpose of this? Because we have to understand why you're buying and what you're buying.
Yeah, of
so
course.
for example, somebody that wants a vacation property that they do not want to rent out, we're going to show them a different area than somebody who's just looking for a quick ROI. They want an investment property, they want to treat it as investment property, and that's it. So you have to understand the needs of the customer. The second thing that's very, very important, that Ysleda kind of touched on, and I'm sure you'll agree, I see a lot of people buying properties from agents back in Canada who've never stepped foot in the Dominican Republic. That to me is crazy. Because when you're buying a house in, let's say, Toronto, do you get it, like an agent in Uruguay? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So find somebody who lives here, somebody who's, if not lives here, maybe is
Has
here
their feet
part of
on
the
the
time, has
ground.
their feet
Yeah,
on the
of
ground,
course.
has skin in the game, that knows the properties. There's, like you said, this is the Caribbean. You have to understand who you're doing business with. You have to have, a reputable lawyer. You have to understand the contracts, the promise of sale. What is the difference between buying a new construction, between something that's already built, like the property taxes, if there is any, the transfer fees, all these things that come into play. So those are two very important things. And a lot of the times we do get clients that have not done they have not done their homework, and they have not done these two steps the way they should have, and now they're having regrets, and unfortunately there's nothing we can do for them. So those two things are for me very, very important.
I agree. Find someone who can be your feet on the ground and
Absolutely.
just guide you through the process and find you the perfect place, whether it's to
Exactly.
relocate or invest or vacation home, whatever it is.
Yeah.
We got you.
We got you.
It's all
Awesome.
about preparation.
Yes.
You know, if you're not ready, if your money's not together, or if you have to, transfer things, or you have tax issues, work on those things too.
Yes.
Please.
Don't just go around because, for example, Kalina will have to go, like we had a client, she had to go to Puerto Plata.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was like a lot of time spent on foot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, wow, like I'm not going to put my team to work and you're not ready.
Yeah.
You know? So it's just engaging in, that initial consultation.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's our job to make sure we're like clear on what people
Right.
want, right? Awesome. Okay, well, this has been literally amazing. I wish we were facing this way.
I know, same.
So we can see the view. I feel like it's such a waste, but yeah, I'm so glad that I got to sit down with you guys.
Same. It was so nice
Seriously,
meeting you.
This is just like the beginning of something really amazing,
Yes,
and I feel so
definitely.
grateful. So grateful to be here. We're actually going to go film a walkthrough video of the villa right now, so that'll be on YouTube shortly. But yeah, you guys are
Awesome.
amazing. I appreciate your time.
So are you.
Thank you. Where
This
can
is fun. We could do this-
Right?
we could do this again. I'm ready.
Absolutely.
like every couple months? Where can people follow you in your business?
So my name is Ysleda Liriano. I have a real Dominican name.
Yes, you do.
YSLEY, D as in David, A as in Apple, _ Liriano, LIRIANO. That is the Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Ysleda Liriano.
Perfect.
You can follow us. SellingSunsetGlobal.com is our website. At Selling Sunset Global is our business, and my personal is what am I? Oh, at Miss Kalina _T, and I'm sure you're gonna put it in the.
Yeah, I'll add it to the episode. Great. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you, Josie. Thank you, guys.
Yes.
Thank you.
We will see you in next week's episode. Adios.